And she is from the Department of Water and Sanitation, and she will be addressing us on a topic that she will announce herself. Let's sit back and relax. If you need tissues, signal to me. I'll get tissues for you so that you are able to just wipe your tears and find peace and healing. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Are you a prophet?
Yes.
I can see. You are already prophesying that we will need tissues. So please get them tissues because it's about to go down. It's about to go down. All right. Good. It's still a morning or afternoon. It's 1 minute to afternoon. Let's wait for 1 minute so that I can say good afternoon. My name is Nwabisa Gantsho from the Department of Water and Sanitation, but I don't think I'm standing here wearing a cap of Department of Water and Sanitation today. I have my own organization called Conversations That Matter, so I believe that is the cap I'm wearing today. We are going to have one of the conversations that matter. It's sabotage, okay? It's things like this, especially when somebody was with you in the same department and she's like, you know what is on tour? We see cause. Please, I'm sorry for whatever that I did back then. I looked at the theme for the event that we are building resilient communities for all. The reason the program director is not Anise Bahle, sure. Yes, Gary, you are too beautiful when one is standing from here. I will ask one of you when you are seated just to come here and look so that you see what we see. It's proper. I looked at the theme for the event that is building resilient economies for all. I had my topic that I was going to talk about, the one that's on the program. And then I was like, when I'm praying, because you know when you are going to address people, you don't just go with your abilities, but you consult. So that the message that you're going to deliver, it can be fit for the people that you're going to talk to. If we want to build resilient economies for all, we cannot have such economies without resilient employees in the workforce. Specifically now we're talking to women. If we want to have resilient economies, we need resilient women in the workplace. But these resilient women in the workplace, they're not going to start with their resiliency in the workplace. You heard Ms. O when she was speaking here. We first need to be resilient in our communities. I had to look at what does it mean to be resilient. If we're talking about somebody or something that is resilient, it talks of strengthening a system or a person's capacity to withstand shock, recover quickly, and adapt change. She spoke of the shocks that we go through. She spoke of the challenges. So now if we are saying you are resilient, you must be able to withstand those things. Bounce back. When a ball is thrown on the wall, the guaranteed thing is that it will come back. That is what is expected of us when we speak resilience. When we speak, for example, resilience on objects, you take your shoe, you bend it, you know that it will come back to shape again. And that is what we are expected, how we are expected to be resilient, to bounce back, to come back to shape, and we do not crumble under pressure. There are many things that we go through, whether women or men, but you have to be intentional, self-commitment to yourself that I refuse to break because I was not built to break. Things are going to happen, storms are going to attack, but I'm going to ride the storm. I'm going to withstand whatever that is put before me. And you become a resilient wife, as we were taught, resilient mother, resilient makoti, because abo mama zala, hey! And some of you are those mama zalas. Shame on you. So, resilience in the workplace is not just a buzzword. It's not just a nice to have word. It is a cornerstone in enduring growth, in enduring success, and in enduring your well-being. Because if you are not resilient, if you are not able to bounce back, anyone and everyone who says anything about you, you're going to crumble. You are going to take everything personal. Instead of keeping your lane. Keeping your lane also refers to not minding what other people say about you. Mind your own business. What they say about you is their business. It is not your business. And there is no dog that can ever bark a stationary car. Only the one that is moving. So as long as they keep talking about you, it means there's something good that you are doing. You are moving, keep moving. Because if you allow your emotions, you allow yourself to react every time when people are saying things about you, then you are going to have a problem. So now, who is going to create these resilient women that we are we want to see? Is there somebody or a shop that is selling a dough for creation of resilient people? No one is going to say, now I am creating. You know, here at GCIS, we want resilient women. Now I'm going to create them. I'm going to take the dough and mold them. No. It is a self-commitment within each and every person. You create that resilience yourself. Whether the gold likes it or not, it will go through the fire. And when it comes out of that fire, it will be the best. It will be the best product. It went through the fire, whether it likes it or not. So you need to be intentional about where you want to be in life and what you want to achieve. If you are not intentional, then you will easily crumble. You will not be able to withstand the pressures at home. You will not be able to withstand the pressures in the community, in those social networks, everything that she was mentioning. And you will not be able to withstand the pressures at work if you do not create that resilience within you. Sometimes it comes not as a choice. It is circumstances that pushes you to be resilient. You tell yourself that, you know what, I did not sign up for this one. No matter what it takes, I am going to fight it. I never chose that as a 10-year-old, I will find my stepfather sleeping with me. And that opened a door for many other people. It was like there is a note on her forehead that this one is easy prey. Then his brother started, then a neighbor started, then a master started, and it became an ongoing thing. But you endure until to a certain point. then you ask yourself, how long will this continue? And I said that resilience at times, it is forced by circumstances. I had to choose, I had to look at my life, I had to look at my surroundings and ask myself, if this life of mine continues like this, which is all the dreams I ever had as a little girl, they are already crushed. It is me who must stand up. At that time, the people, even the ones that you trust to protect you, there are people that you expect that these ones are going to be on my side. But they don't. My mother chose her husband over me. So I had to run away from home because now, I said resilience is about also adapting to change. Because now I have spoken up. But speaking up did not help me. What next? Does it mean when speaking up does not help me, I continue to stay under these conditions? Then at 15, I said, hell no. I'm not going to continue to stay in these conditions. You find a way out. At that time, I did not even know that I was being resilient. It was circumstances that were forcing me. But why were they forcing me? Because I was intentional about what I want. I had dreams as a little girl that one day I want to get married in a white dress. I want to have children. I want to live in a mansion. I want this and this and that. But when I looked at my life at that time, all those things were not possible because my life was being crushed in front of my eyes. So now, because I am intentional about what I want, I said resilience comes through experience, and it also comes through knowing what is it that I want. So I had to go. For some time I strayed in the streets. I was taken by my grandmother later. I lived with this cousin, with this aunt, with that one, with that one, with that one. And again, I had to reflect myself that, is this the one life that I want? Is this what I fought for? When I was getting out of that house, was this what I was fighting for? To be used as a slave in any aunt who wants somebody who will be a slave for them, I am that person. But I had to make a decision to say, girl, you fought back then. And even when I fought, my very same mother, when I would go back to her and say, I need shoes for school, I need this, and the response would be, when you were tired of sleeping with my husband, you left me. So now I am treated like me and her are sharing a husband. But you then still, I'm just showing you that today I am standing in front of you and I am the most beautiful girl in the room. Despite all that, we are you can bounce back. Your past does not define you. The things that happen to you, they do not define you. But it is up to you to decide what is it that these circumstances or these challenges are going to create out of me. For me, I refused. I refused that I am going to be defined, that I'm going to be labeled as an abused child. I had to claim my name. I know I am a child of God. I am a daughter. I am a princess. So the fact that there are those who did not recognize my position and who I am does not change who I am. The fact that there are those who are doing things to you that are crushing your dreams does not mean those dreams are no longer there. So you continue, you move on. You take the positive out of each and every situation. I remember when I was in Tesha, the hardest subject I will dedicate it to my stepfather. Because I am deciding for myself that I am not going to allow this to determine. I am not defined by what happened to me. I went back. I was like, I'm out of this, but I have two sisters who are remaining. What do I do? What is my role? What is my responsibility as a big sister? I went back to fight for them. But unfortunately, me fighting for them ended in their father taking his life. Because now the truth was coming out, him being a bishop of a big church, now he took his own life. Now the very same people, I'm talking about resilience, the very same people whom you were fighting for, now they are against you because their father killed themselves because of you. This is life we're talking about. This is not a movie, this is not a fiction book, but it is real life. You are doing something good, and that something good turns into something else. Till today, they're not talking to me, more than 20 years later. But what gives me comfort is to know that I played my role. I protected them and any other helpless young girl who could have been a victim of this man. The fact that he took his life because he got arrested and he could not get out of what he put himself in. Well, being resilient does not mean you won't fall again. Just because you have overcome a certain challenge does not mean now when you are immune, you have ticked your box. I am done of the challenge facing schedule. It's over. I got married. That dream of living in a mansion, walking down the aisle in a white dress, having children and all that, it happened. Hey! I'm washing my child. And then you thought you had survived that one. And you think you are being open to this person, that this is what I have gone through. And at that time, even the news that are playing in the radio when you are driving back from work, if they talk of a raped child or whatever, it's a trigger. And then they see that you are triggered. And when they get home, the first thing that they want is to be in between your legs. You lie down there and your ears, try it. Sleep on your back and cry. Your ears fill up with tears. That is what will happen to me. And then he will say, go deal with yourself. I'm not the one with the problem. But then it escalates. Then you think, okay, I can endure this one. But it escalates to physical abuse, being strangled, being pushed against the wall and lifted up. And your feet are hanging by the very same person who said till death do us apart. Then I asked myself, is this the love that I was signing up for? Am I going to die in the name of love? And you become intentional. I spoke about being intentional. Now you are a mother. There are children that you are raising. There are children who are looking at how you are being treated. What are you teaching your daughter when you are staying in those conditions? What are you teaching your sons when you are allowing a man to treat you in that manner in front of them. Remember, the closest God to our children is us. What we do in front of them, to them, it is right. So if you allow people to walk all over on you, then your very same children will think it is right. So I also now being intentional about parenting now. Remember back then, I needed an intentional parent who was not available. Now I must be that mother that I wished I had. I had to stand up and fight for my children. I left. You know, Mabeti, every cent you watch others during lunchtime, they are eating KFC, and you are like, you know what? I am putting this in my food account. When you are intentional, you have told yourself that you know what? I am living, you have this secret account. Every 10 rand that I would get, I put in that account. I was calling it a food account. Because I wanted to pack my bags and get out of this place. You know, they say just one drop is enough to make a cup overflow. There were so many things that were happening, isolating me from people. You know, now you cannot speak. You cannot share what is going on with you because out there, you are this power couple. But when you get behind the doors, even once we're working in the same department, now when you get back behind the doors, you are a net. I would go and open a protection order, then when I come back, I was laughing when Miss O says, then when you go and cancel that case. I would do that. Then when I come back, I'm asked to kneel down and apologize. Apologize for ruining my career. Can't you see that I'm an SMS? When you think in front of your feet, how am I going to get a promotion that will take care of you and these children if you are getting me arrested? You are being accused for the actions of other people. I'm talking about being resilient. But here am I but I am here. Then I left. He comes and begs. I mean, I've been to Dubai, guys. I've been to Rome as a way of apologizing. She was picking dresses, Mina. Hi, I took first class to Dubai. Oh, now when I look at my pictures when I was in Dubai, I'm like, damn, I've never seen such a miserable person. How do you become miserable in Dubai? If you are miserable in Dubai, you are on the last level of misery. I look at my pictures, I'm so ugly. But I'm in Dubai, not even Dubai can make me beautiful. Not even Dubai can make me shine. Because of the stress that I am working with. You are sleeping, I was in floor, Dubai has tall buildings. I was in floor 45. When you are looking down, you're like, damn, this is life. You are not even talking with the one you are making life with. You are in Dubai. I'm talking about resilience. I came back. Then when I'm coming back, he says, I will buy you a night shoe. Ah, okay. I moved in a golf estate. She's away. Golf estate, babe. You know, if I didn't die in 2023 and 2024, I forget. Maybe you think I'm talking history. Maybe you think I'm talking things that happened a long time ago. 2023 and 2024, I was attending 7 courts. Where is golf estate? evicted them, kicked me out with our own 3 children. Sitting down around the table with the children and says, I want to see you suffering out of the streets without my mind. Why? Because now it was a different fight. It was no longer a fight that is against me. He touched now a different value. He started strengthening my children. So now as a mother, you then ask yourself, is this what you keep asking? If you are intentional about something, you keep bouncing back no matter what challenges keep coming up. Because you are not going to keep on saying, why me, why me, why me, why not you? Because now you wouldn't be saying, yo, if this didn't happen to me and I'm standing here in front of you, where would be this yours? It had to happen to somebody. So that somebody can encourage other somebodies to get out, to be resilient, to stand firm. Stand for what you believe in. For me, I told myself that I am not going to allow my children to experience what I have experienced. Yes, I experienced sexual abuse, but abuse is abuse. So now what do you then do as a mother? You take a decision that, am I going to be the mother that I wished I had? Or am I going to be my mother to these children? May she rest in peace. We fought with my kids. But then you tell yourself, life will take you and put you in a pit. You know, picture this room that it's a deep pit. You fall in there. But are you going to be comfortable and be accustomed to the surroundings of the pit, or you will find a way? I'm reminded of this farmer whom his horse fell into a pit deep down. They are trying everything in their power to pull this horse up, but the horse is heavy. And then the farmer says, I cannot watch my horse suffering like this no more. It's better that we just cover it with soil and just bury it. Because now my horse is losing strength. Because it was day after day after day, they keep on coming to try and save the horse. The moment they started pouring soil in that pit, every batch of soil that touches the back of the horse shakes it off. It steps on it. The more they pour, it shakes it off. They step on it. The pit is closing up. The horse is rising. Shake off whatever the enemy is throwing at you, because the fact that you are a human being, you are born already having an opponent. Already the devil is out to get you. You are already born having an opponent. Are you going to let them defeat you? Because the one who created you, the one who began the great work with you, knows how much strength they have deposited inside of you. It is now up to you to unleash it. And the moment you unleash, he supports. Now with all these challenges, all these things that you are going through, you have to come to work. You have to come to work. The boss needs the work. Deadlines must be met. You are supervising people, they are looking up to you. There will be times, you know, in my office, like in me and Miss Hong, we share the same passage. In my office, I had a gym mat because I knew once my right arm starts shaking, anxiety is coming, and I already knew how to deal with it. I need to like that. Those are the things that we go through. Having to understand that when this happens, this is what I must do in order to fight it. I would sleep on the floor. Few minutes later, I'm fine. I wake up, I smile, I continue with my work. Because work has to be done. You also remember that the reason You are a GCIS, you are an employee, you are a worker, you must deliver. And you need this salary. You cannot just stop and say, I'm not going to do this thing no more. You speak up. There is help. There are wellness programs. You speak up. Don't die in silence. Because for me, what made me to stand 15 years of marriage, what made me to stay for a long time is because I wasn't speaking. Should I have spoken earlier? Should I have spoken earlier? So speak up. There is help. And you also need to take care of your well-being. Find something to do. For me, right, I'm wearing this heel bag, but to 10K kilometers clocking it this morning. Before I came here, I had to go and run. That is how I keep myself mental healthy. For me, it is running. For someone else, it may be something else. Find something to do that is going to help you in your resilience. Not the bottle. Not alcohol. You are going to take that glass of wine. It will make you to forget and sleep. When you wake up in the morning, you are worse than where you were yesterday. Find something that is going to contribute to your well-being. All that I'm telling you today is, it is possible. It is very possible to bounce back, to come back, and start all over. No matter how many times you start all over. They usually talk of the person who created the KFC recipe, that it was like 264 times that he kept on trying that recipe. Imagine when he was at try number 100. You don't stop. You continue. No matter how hard they keep bouncing the ball on the wall, it comes back. It doesn't say, I'm tired, now I'm going to stick on the wall. No! It was not built to stick on the wall. Don't stick. Keep moving. You are your own cheerleader. No one else knows the struggles that you're going through. No one else knows your dreams. No one else knows what you want to achieve. Only you. And there is no one who's going to come and live your life on your behalf so that they can correct these things that are happening in your life. You need to stand up for yourself. You get up. You know, I do a lot of online webinars at work. One of them, towards the end of last year, I think it was in November, I was doing it in court. Because work has to continue. And no one else could do this, it's only me. I am connecting in court. I am going to court, we are arguing about training children and whatever, but work has to continue. You do the online webinar, when the other person is speaking, you switch off your camera and you cry if you want to cry. Then when it's time to get on the podium, you get on that podium. Just because there is a residue, it does not mean that that gold is not gold. It may have some residue that just needs a cloth to wipe it off. Just because you have some episodes or you are having some triggers, it does not mean that you are not fighting enough. You are fighting and you are going to win. You are going to bounce back. You are going to be this mother that your children deserve to have. We grew up in a society where as women, all these things that Ms. O was talking about, where as women we are expected to behave in this manner. I would listen to my grandmother when talking to my mom that if a man does not sleep at home, when they come back, iron their shirts, cook for them and whatever. Nonsense. Nonsense. That is not how, as the women in this room, are going to raise our children. mediocre. What is right, what is wrong. But that is the kind of society we grew up. That is why even my mother, I don't blame her. She could not fight for me because she kept on saying, what is so and so going to say? Now she would rather let me go through all of this because she is scared of what the relatives are going to say. Let them talk and stand for the truth. Stand for what is right. Because the society that we want to see, we will not see it if we keep on repeating the same mistakes of the past and we do not stand up and create the society that we want to see. You look at Umakelwane being abused and you gossip about Umakelwane, but you are going to save yourself. Because there is so many things that you are going through as women. But the power that, only if we can all understand the power within us, the strength, because I'm sure all of you are asking yourself, how did she? I did, now I don't know how. I also don't know how, but I did. Because there is nothing that makes me special, nothing that makes me unique. The same power that is in me is the same power that is in you. If I could, you can. All of us. And I then ask myself, how do I keep quiet when I have a testimony? Because the things that I want to, the Daniels of the Bible are in the Bible, the Jacobs, everybody. And as people, we want to see in order for us to believe. Now, the Hannahs of today are here. The Jacobs of today are here. You are all living with a testimony. Something that when you share, it can change somebody else's life. That is why I'm standing here. Because even if it is one person, when they get out of this room, they will say, you know what? I am going to bounce back. Maybe you are divorced and you think there is no life after divorce. Girl, life starts after divorce. If you can look at my pictures the time I was married, hey, you were never going to realize that there is this thing. Now you see it because now you start loving yourself through your own eyes and not through the eyes of another person who does not see your value. Because if you allow somebody to treat you anyhow, they will determine your value for you. They will determine your value for you. We're talking about being resilient. No matter the storm, you weather it. You tell yourself that I was here, I was in this world, and when it's time for me to leave, those who are left behind, they will know and they will see that I was here and I made my mark. You don't allow anything to pull you down. And the biggest enemy is unforgiveness. Because now you want to hold all these people who have hurt you, hold them in your heart. Your heart will have holes. You will crush. Let go. Forgive. Let them be. Continue with your... Don't even blame them. They were part of the plan. They were part of the strategy. You wouldn't see how resilient you are if they had not. How was I going to stand here and say I was sexually abused if I wasn't? Somebody had to rape me several times. Somebody had to strangle me so that I can have a real story. Somebody had to abuse me in marriage. Somebody had to strangle my children so that I can have a real story to tell you to open up your eyes. So that you can also say, in my own situation,